Hi everyone, I'm back. I know I said it would be like 5 minutes and it turned out to be like a half hour. My bad. Oh, wait, one second. I'll be right with you. There is a person on the interwebs that wants the link. So let me just provide that. Okay, right. Okie dokie. Okay, right. So, hi, I'm back. Right, I have actual news this time. This is not a rant. The other one was a rant. I labeled it. I changed the name. The name is I'm sorry because it's a rant about things. I don't know. Right. The description is something like I'm sorry. I'd also like to point out that we have improved production pricing. We now have a wooden plank for wooden planky things. Holding up things. There's another wooden... Right then. There's another wooden plank over there. And there's a piece of molding over there. Not mold, like molding, like, you know. This room doesn't have any molding. But, right. So, we have news. We have actual news. So first, I would like to start off with two things that are very not important. The first one being, that, PewDiePie, who you may know as the #1 YouTuber, which I think he still is, I don't know. You can look it up. There's like some guy who has a live stream saying, live subscriber count. So, good for them. Yay. Right. But, he made it to, 69 million subscribers before T-Series, which I guess was his goal, which is, seems important, but, I just think it's better that we support, smaller YouTube people, because I think he's like maybe a 3-man crew. I think he has himself, he has a cameraman, I think he has an editor as well, or something like that, but he's, much more of an indie person, and, T-Series has, is a corporation with hundreds of people working for them. So, you know, stay small business, support small business. Small business day is a thing, actually. But, you know. Right, that rant out of the way. I have something important to share with you. My friends, there is 429 days till the day of destruction, and you may be wondering, what are you talking about? There is nothing on the Mayan calendar saying that the world will end on January 14th, 2020. It was supposed to end in 2012, but that is not what this is about. This is about 429 days until the end of support for Windows 7. And why is this important? Because Windows 7 is still very popular. Lots of POS devices, like point of sale, like cashiers and stuff, use it. Or a modified version of it. Lots of people still like who prefer to not be spied on and things, and just don't want to go through the hassle of like, and just people who just like the interface better. Windows 7, they are still using Windows 7, so Windows 7 is still alive. Windows 7 is kind of like XP was 6 years ago. People still used XP because XP was the bomb. XP is still the bomb. In fact, XP is so good, that I did this. I went on the internet and I found a pack where they actually had they actually have a theme of like the Windows XP music. So like I have all the things down. So like whenever my computer logs off. Not sure if you can hear that. I'm gonna put the volume up. But even hear the volume too. The volume tone. That's the XP one we got. Someone actually made a song out of all these things, which I thought was pretty interesting. I'm actually thinking of using some of these for a transition in the future. I don't know. But like, listen to all that good music. I'm just trying to find start. If that song brings back tears to anybody else's eyes, comment down below and let me know, because I have very fond memories of Windows XP, and that song used to be like Jesus is coming for me, because I loved computers and I liked the music because it was good music. It was good. Right. Anyway, 429 days until our souls are destroyed by Windows 10, which, as you can see, I'm not a huge fan of, but I still have it just for, because, you gotta move on at some point. Right, so I have the XP sounds, I have a Windows 95 start button, I have this thing that modifies your startup, so that when it starts up, it actually has the Windows 95 logo. I have the 95 start button, I have a classic start button, menu, and have classic shell running to do these things. And I could make it more, but really, it's just no. And the reason the start button is so oversized here is because the scaling is so different, 900p versus 4K, are two very different things, because the laptop screen is 4K and this screen is 900p. So see if I press add display capture. Voila. So you see this, actually you don't see this, I had to scroll all the way down because it's hard to see. But my start menu on my actual laptop is actually decent size, and you can see the whole thing. It's just that on the other monitor all the scaling's off, which I guess comes in the territory that it's just inherently bad. Yes. Okay, right. So, we've got our two not news things over. No. Right. Anyway, so our first story of today is about GTA 5, which is a game I'm sure that most of you are familiar with. I did not realize this, but it has been out for 5 years. My friend actually had a copy of it, and he used to play it, and he invited me to play it once, but my mother wouldn't let me because I was 9 or something, and he's just no. So even now I just don't have time to play said things, but I heard it's a very good game, and apparently it still has a thriving community, but the same could be said for TF2. TF2 is 11 years old, and there's a ton of people still playing that, which is pretty interesting. That these things can survive longer than the hardware that originally ran them. And speaking of Microsoft and me not liking Windows 10, Microsoft investigating bug that deactivates Windows 10 Pro licenses. So, if anyone remembers, I didn't do a live stream at this time, so I don't have the story on this. I didn't cover the story on this, but a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago, or whenever it happened, Windows released a new update. I think it was the fall update, and they were but actually deleted your files, and that actually happened to me, and I lost all of the first half of the first trimester's documents, just got deleted off my laptop, which was terrific. But they've solved the problem, but now there's a new problem, because now it's deactivating Windows 10. Now, is this the biggest problem in the world? No. Can you use Windows 10 while deactivated? Yes. But, you get that really annoying watermark, and you can't, customize certain things, and you just would rather have it. I have Enterprise, so that's not really a problem. I'm not sure if the watermark shows up here. Yeah. So I have, the watermark, down here. It also shows up here. So this problem does not really affect me, but most of the consumer market does not have enterprise. They have like home or pro. So this does affect a lot of people, and this is a problem they do need to fix. So, I mean, people pay. I'll look it up for you right now, but people pay upwards of $100 for a Windows 10 Pro license. So, like, Microsoft, you need to get your act together because, I mean, you can't go on like this. If you're spending this much money, like, see, here's the finger problem again I talked about in the other half of the stream. It's just, like, so bad. So bad. Okay, so the data center version is $2,000 because I saw that right away and I was like, what? My internet is so slow. I see you're running Windows 10, young Jedi. No. Get Windows 10 OS next. Get Windows 10 OS. Get it. Just, oh my god. Why do they make this so difficult? Home. Because most people would be buying home. Okay. Right. So, let's put home in the cart. Let's put pro in the cart. See how much it is. Okay. So, for the home version, for the basic version of the operating system, which is what came with this laptop, but I upgraded it because I'm not dealing with home because there's like a whole statute of limitations on this thing and it's like ridiculous. You're paying $140 just to like have the operating system. You're paying, I did not realize this, you're paying $200 for Windows 10 Pro. So if I'm paying $200 to get a product activated, I would expect it to work. Alright? Maybe that's just me. I would expect it to work. But enough of my rant. Next story. We have a ridiculous laptop. This is thick. And like haha, but like this is a thick laptop. Look at that. This is like 90% cooling. We've got like a couple USB ports. We've got a couple of like 3.5-inch ports. We've got like Ethernet and stuff, but and we've got this like weird proprietary looking power thing. Because this thing probably draws a ton of power. So, I mean, you've got 16 gigs of RAM, which I mean, you know, I have 16 gigs of RAM. That's not really like the greatest like thing in the world. But this laptop, what I'm really annoyed about is that this laptop has, let me go back. This laptop has a Core i9 9900K 8-core 16-thread processor, and it has a Quadro P5200, and it has a standard hard drive. It has a standard hard drive. For God's sake, if you're going to make a laptop, if you're going to put a Quadro in it, if you're going to put a Core i9 in it, don't put a hard drive in it, okay? And look at this. They have three M.2 NVMe SSDs right here. We got 3 of them. And then we have a standard hard drive, okay? We have a standard hard drive. This is 2018. You obviously have this. You have the space to put in an SSD. I'm not asking for just get one of these. This is like $30. All right. So we have like a standard SSD. It fits in the slots, probably smaller. It's less likely to break because it doesn't have a spinning platter and an arm inside. And there's 2 of them. I didn't see this before. There's 2 of them. So you've got like a couple of $100 of NVMe SSDs, probably 1,000. You probably got a decent amount of storage with those. You've got 2.5-inch hard drives, which probably don't have that much space, easily replaceable with an SSD. It's already an expensive laptop. You'd only be adding a very like small amount of money to produce it and put it in. Why? Why? This is 2018. This is 2018. Okay, this is not acceptable. You cannot put two standard hard drives in a laptop costing. How much does this thing cost? If this thing is over like $1,500, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Okay. I don't see where the pricing is on this. I'm just gonna do a quick search in the website for the word price. Give me a second. Price. But I mean, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. But if I'm spending hundreds of dollars, there's no way this is under $1,000. This is obviously a laptop over $1,000. If I'm spending for a laptop over $1,000, I don't want a piece of junk, okay? Because I get that most people would open it up, who are buying a laptop that expensive would open it up and put an SSD in it. But you shouldn't have to. Like that's ridiculous. Right. On to the next article. I just thought this was like really cool. This was really cool. Is that it's like it's like a thin client looking PC. But it has its own laptop thing. I mean, it has its own like backpack thing, and it like straps on there. And I just thought like that was really cool. The specs aren't that impressive. It's got a 1070, which is last gen, 16 gigs, which I mean even my laptop has, which I mean is decent. But I mean, I think it's really cool. I just really think this is cool. Like, it even has batteries. Like you could technically, in theory, you could hook this thing up and you could put a battery in it and you could use it like in the car or something, or like on a plane. I mean, it probably wouldn't last that long, cause like that other laptop with the two crappy hard drives in it probably lasts like all of 5 minutes because the batteries is probably like, I mean, you have a Core i9 in there, like you're not getting, that's not like a 10 watt TDP processor. But that's all for today. I'm sorry for being really depressing and ranty on this one, but 2018 is just getting worse. Because in the beginning of the year, I had all this stuff. I was like, yay, look at all this fun stuff's happening. I mean, except for Spectre and Meltdown, where I was kind of like, but like, I mean, for everything else was happening, I was like, yay, and now things are just ridiculous, and we have multi-$100 fanless RGB power supplies, and just why do we need that? Why is that a thing? But this is 25 minutes already. It's almost as long as the other one. I was hoping this would be like 15, maybe 10, rather 10, but it isn't. Sorry. But hope you guys had fun time, fun time, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Okay. I hope I muted the audio on this. Alright, now the song's over. Goodbye for real.